Yeah, Minimart.
Yeah, this is the last time I'm asking you. When is your boss or manager going to be in? Keep playing games, Billy. It's going all over the internet. Keep playing games. I just asked you when your boss or manager is going to be in. You hang up again. I'll call you right back. Stop hanging up on me. Tell me when your manager, your boss is going to be in. I have complaints.
What? That was going there.
Yeah, Minimart.
I'm asking you when your manager is in or your boss because I have complaints. When are they going to be in? What time are they going to be in? All right, I'm just going to go walk to your store now then. All right?
Hello.
Yes. What time is your manager?
Let me call the 911. They will answer to you, okay? Okay.
What?
Call the 911. Let me call the police. They will give you answer, okay? Okay.
Wait, they're going to tell me when your manager is in? That's your job to tell me.
I will call the police. They will give you answer, okay?
All right, then. Why are you going to call the police for? For what?
I'm calling.
You're calling the police for what? Because I asked you what time your manager is in?
Okay, they give you answer, okay?
I asked you what time your manager or boss is going to be in for complaint.
Hello.
For complaint.
They will call you back on this number, okay?
They're going to call me back on this number?
Police, they will call you back.
How the police going to get my number, boss? I asked you when your manager is going to be in because I have a complaint against you and your service. One of your workers assaulted me outside. The police already know about it. Tomorrow I'm showing them the camera footage. There's cameras all outside your store. Your worker assaulted me. So I'm asking nicely, when will your boss, your owner, your manager, so I could put in a formal complaint? Hang up on me. Okay. No problem. You got this. Now we're going to call 112 back now. Now we're going to call 112 back. Where's 112? What is 112? 8, 9, 7. Nope, there you are.
You have reached the 112th precinct of the New York City Police Department.
Wait while I transfer your call.
12 police officer, not going to help you.
Hi, yes. I have a complaint, okay? There's a store by me named Minimart. I was assaulted by one of their workers outside. I have it on video. I have witnesses. I already spoke to a dispatcher. They told me I could come in tomorrow to make a formal complaint with the police department. I've been trying to call back the store to get in touch with the owner or find out when the owner or manager would be there so I could, make a formal complaint with them about the worker that assaulted me or battered me outside. He grabbed me from behind. I don't know if that's assault, or battery, or one or the other. But he grabbed me from behind without my permission, without me wanting him to, and restricted me from walking down a public sidewalk. So I'm going to go to the 112th precinct tomorrow and fill that complaint. But now that I've been asking to speak to the manager at the store, not only have they keep hanging up on me, now the guy that picks up is telling me, don't come to the store. I'm calling the police. The police are coming to get you. They're going to have your phone number, and they're coming to get you. I'm going to the store, and I'm going to videotape my transaction because I don't trust them now. But I don't know how this guy can say...
If he doesn't want you in the store, you can't be in the store, though.
No. First off, he's never trespassed me in person. Second of all, he never said not to come into the store or trespass me from the store. I just don't want to be trespassed. He said that he's calling the cops. For what? He's calling the cops because I called him and asked him when his manager or owner is going to be on business. So he's going to waste resources and make a false police report and call the cops on me because I called, and it's recorded, and asked when his manager or owner would be there so I can make a report against one of their workers who actually physically, criminally assaulted me outside. That's a police report. But as a personal report, I'm allowed to ask when the manager or owner would be there. For me asking when the manager or owner would be coming into work, he's threatened to call the cops on me. So I'm going there. And if he brings the cops, you better contact 112 and tell him I'm not doing nothing illegal. When I walk in the store, if he tells me to leave, I'll leave. But I have video proof of them never asking me to leave. Once I leave, if I don't leave, then the cops can come there and actually criminally trespass me. But there has to be a warning first. That's first off. Second off, making false police reports is at least a misdemeanor crime. So for him calling the cops on me for calling their store, asking where or when the manager or owner will be around, and in which of their stores will he be around, that's not anything that's criminal. That's First Amendment speech. That's professional speech. I asked to speak to the owner or the manager because I have a report on another worker. It's not the same worker. It's another worker that assaulted me. So I want to speak to the owner and manager about it. But now this worker is threatening me, calling the cops on me because I called him to ask when his manager or owner would be in the store or what store they would be in so I could speak to them. Maybe even give me a number or an email and I could contact them. But no. Instead, he decides to keep hanging up the phone on me and then telling me he's calling the police and the police are going to call me back. I don't think that's how it works. I don't think that's how it works. That's not how it works. I know my rights. That's not how it works. So well, I'm warning you to warn 112 when I go to the store to get my food. If this guy disrespects me in any way, if he tells me to leave respectfully, I'll leave. But if he disrespects me in any way, it's going to all be on videotape. And if he illegally trespasses me or has the cops to illegally trespass me without a crime, especially if I'm just outside the door on public property, there's going to be a big issue. You see what I'm saying? Because he threatened me now that he's calling you guys to call me, to warn me not to walk outside my house. That's not how it works in America. You might be just a dispatcher, but the people you dispatch... Okay, then you took an oath to the Constitution.
So what do you need me to do for you, sir?
I want my rights not to be violated. If I walk outside, I don't need the cops looking for me now. Because he just threatened to call the cops on me. So now when I go outside to go get my breakfast and go to work, now I'm going to have cops looking for me? Because I called a business and asked to speak to their manager? It's like, if I called you, you're being very professional and cordial and everything. But if I had an issue with you and I asked to speak to a supervisor, would I not have the right to speak to a supervisor? Well, obviously, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning.
No, sir.
Huh?
I said you're talking about a police department compared to a private business. No one can force them to,
Well, it's not forcing them. No, I get that. It's different. Private and public. I get the difference. What I'm saying, though, is respectfully, if I call and try to ask to speak to your manager, now, they have their own policies. It's not the law. And you can't force them to have the owner call me back or address my grievances. That's understandable. But for the worker to say, now that you're trying to address your grievances, I'm going to call the cops on you. That's not how it works. So now when I walk outside to the stores and go to work, go take the train to work, I got to worry about the cops looking for me now because this guy decided to put in a false police report. If he even called, but it was a threat and I got witnesses. You see what I'm saying? I'm not the type of person that's going to run from cops. But if I'm walking to the train to go to work, I don't need a cop rolling behind me all of a sudden saying, "Stop. What are you doing? You're suspect. Give me your ID." And I'm going to be like, "No, I'm not committing a crime. I'm not giving you my ID." Oh, boom. And I get tased or shot or handcuffed or anything like that. Because that's what you guys do. Not saying you personally, but that's what happens to a lot of people when they refuse to show ID. But you don't have to always show ID unless you're committing a crime. If I'm going to work and I had nothing to do with anything, it's 4 hours later, I should be able to go to work peacefully. If this guy's calling the cops now, 10, 20 minutes ago, when I'm about to go to work, now that's harassment and stalking me. Because now the cops are going to be walking around looking for me. Well, driving around looking for me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, that's why I called. Because I don't want that situation. It's 112th precinct. I don't want that situation. Private store, they could get the owner to talk to me and legally kick me out, trespass me, no problem. Not getting ID, but they can do that. I've been to that store for 35 years. The reason they're mad is because they gave me bad food and I got sick, salmonella poisoning, and I reported them to 311. So now they got people from another store that closed, the same owners, but a different store down the block, bringing keys into the store, dropping off the keys, then coming outside and bear hugging me, trying to tackle me to the floor. It's on camera. I'm going to make a police report tomorrow about that. But I don't need the police report or the police looking for me now when I'm going out to go to work. Their workers assaulted me. Then they want to call the cops on me because I'm calling them asking when the owner is going to be there so I can speak to the owner. I understand it's private, but it would be the same thing. If you weren't helping me, I would ask to speak to a sergeant, a lieutenant, a captain, a chief, someone above you because you're not assisting me. So this guy's not assisting me. The worker that was off duty that grabbed me outside in the public street, you know what I'm saying? I could have self-defense. I know him. But I could have self-defense. And if I would have thrown him off me instead of just breaking out of the bear hug grip, and he would have hit the floor and got hurt, then I would go to jail for assault? That's ridiculous. And there's cameras everywhere. And my cameras and my friends' cameras. Witnesses to this. So for them to be like, "Oh, well, we can just call the cops on you because we don't like you calling our store asking questions after you were just assaulted by one of our workers," that's not how the law works. If they don't want to take the phone call, that's fine. But they can't call the cops and make a false police report.
No, they can't.
I'm not doing anything. I'm still in my house, sir. I haven't even left my house. So for him to already be like, "Oh, I'm calling the cops on you because you're coming to the store." Granted, they are like a 24/7 store, 24 open, you know? But by this time, there's other stores open that has coffee before I go to work. After everything I went through, who's guaranteed that I'm going to go right back to their store? But for them to threaten that they're going to call the cops on me now, after I just asked when the owner and manager would be in so I can speak to them about this incident, that's ridiculous. And I will be going to 112 tomorrow. I will be putting actual civil and criminal complaint form in against the customer who assaulted me outside. But at the same time, because I know the store and I actually know the person, because he's worked there for years. He used to live in my neighborhood. So, like, I know the person. Instead of pressing charges against him, even though he did commit a criminal act, I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt and ask to speak to a manager and see what they would do first in charge of, their disciplinary actions. I can't even get into a manager or to a manager, and the other workers are threatening that they called the police on me again. So now I'm gonna actually have to make a criminal report against the guy tomorrow, and I just want to know that if I go outside tonight, I'm not gonna be harassed by 112 police.
I don't think so. I don't think we're not really in the business of harassing people.
Yeah, 112. Yeah, you guys definitely do harass people sometimes. I'm not saying you personally. I'm not saying you personally, but I'm 35 years old. Throughout my life, I've definitely been harassed. Okay, I used to work in the city at Broadway, 50th or whatever, and I used to work till 11, 12 o'clock at night. I used to get off the train at 71st Continental and walk home at 2 o'clock. And every single night by Forest Hills High School, where they had the payphone that used to be there, where the mailbox is, every single night walking home at 2 o'clock in the morning, I got harassed by cops. Every single night. Every single night. So please, not you personally, maybe not your new recruits or anything, but yeah, the cops do harass people around here. Everywhere, cops harass people. Not all of them. There are good officers, but there are bad officers or corrupt officers, and they do harass people. I don't want to be harassed when going to work because I was already assaulted by someone. You know what's funny? The cops came to the store from what I heard, but the cops never reached out to me to get my incident report. But I was the one that was assaulted. How does that make any sense? I was the one that was assaulted, but the cops came to their rescue. But I was the one that was assaulted.
Were you on scene?
I was on the block. I just walked.
The cops?
Yeah, I was on the block. They came, they went into the store. They came into the store, never came up to me. I walked home peacefully. Never bothered me. But you see, that's because I didn't commit a crime. But what about the guy that committed the crime? Why weren't the officers ever investigating them? Umesh is his name.
You never spoke to them. How would they know what? You never spoke to them.
I never spoke to them. They never came up to me. They went into the store.
How would they reach you? They don't know who you are. If you don't approach your officer,
This guy's calling the cops on me, telling the cops that I'm going to be walking out to his store. How are you guys going to notify if it's me or not? Huh? It goes both ways. Goes both ways, right?
Alright, sir, listen, do you need any help with anything else?
I need to know that you guys aren't going to harass me when I walk to work tonight, this morning. No? No response. Okay. I said I need a word from you guys, and okay, a guarantee that I'm not going to be harassed by your officers when I work tonight, going to work. Am I going to be harassed? So, guy hung up on me, guys. Great transparency at the 112th precinct. 112th precinct, guys, bro. Transparency. It's 3:36 in the morning, bro. Staying up, like I said, we're going to do this all night. We're about to go back over there, bro. I'm not stopping. It's 3:36 in the morning. You should hear this officer, bro. Yeah. He took an oath, but he has no idea what he's talking about. Out.